Hi everyone, I hope you all are fine and enjoying good health. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Words Knowledge. In this video, we are going to talk about Leonardo da Vinci. But before starting the video, I just want to say you that please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Don't forget to like the video and give your opinion in the comment section. So, let's start. Leonardo da Vinci was an Italian polymath of the High Renaissance who was active as a painter, draftsman, engineer, scientist, theorist, sculptor, and architect. He serves as a role model, applying the scientific method to every aspect of life, including art and music. Although he is best known for his dramatic and expressive artwork, Leonardo also conducted dozens of carefully thought out experiments and created futuristic inventions that were groundbreaking for that time. His estimated IQ scores range from 180 to 220 by different measures. He is one of the most celebrated painters in history, revered from his technological innovations such as flying machines, an armored vehicle, concentrated solar power, and adding machines. The portrait of Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, the most famous painter of his time, around 1503. The painting was commissioned by a rich Italian merchant, Francesco, who wanted to place a portrait of his wife Lisa in their new home. Leonardo begins painting the Mona Lisa, which he will work on for 4 years, according to Leonardo da Vinci biographer. Raphael arrives in Florence and visits Leonardo's studio. Leonardo is appointed painter and engineer at the court of Louis in France. There are currently some 15 authenticated Leonardo da Vinci paintings in the world, but they are difficult to attribute because da Vinci often left his work unfinished and some are thought to have been worked on by other artists in his workshops. Leonardo da Vinci produced some of the world's most iconic art, but historical accounts show that he struggled to complete his work. New research now suggests the best explanation for Leonardo's inability to finish projects is that the great artist may have had attention defect and hyperactivity disorder, which is ADHD. Leonardo da Vinci was described by his early biographers as a man with great personal appeal, kindness, and generosity. He was generally well loved by his contemporaries. According to Vasari, Leonardo's disposition was so lovable that he commanded everyone's affection. He was born out of wedlock. Leonardo was the illegitimate son of Messer Piero, a wealthy and powerful local lawyer, and Caterina, a peasant. He was born in Tuscan village town of Vinci, and his rural upbringing shaped how he thought about the world. So here are 5 quick lessons that we can learn from Leonardo da Vinci. So first one is, don't limit yourself to one field of study. Embrace curiosity and train your mind to question everything. Then, don't just sit on these questions, seek answers. Learning happens over time, and record some more. Leonardo was very intelligent and he wanted to know everything about the nature. Michelangelo was also greatly influenced by Leonardo da Vinci. There is evidence to suggest Michelangelo had observed Leonardo's paintings, and although a distaste for each other existed between the two, it appears Michelangelo's jealousy of da Vinci's artwork sparked inspiration and competition. Leonardo da Vinci was famous for his designs, art, cartography, geology, and studies. Leonardo's designs later helped us to invent things like the tank, parachute, helicopter, and many other things. He was also a very talented artist. Most of his pictures and paintings are in art galleries and museums. Okay then, 7 principles of Leonardo da Vinci. First one, curiosity. Second, independent thinking. Third, refine your senses. Fourth, embrace uncertainty. Fifth, art and science, whole brain thinking. Then mind body care, and after that, interconnectedness. The armored vehicle was designed to intimidate the enemy rather than to be used as a serious military weapon. Due to the vehicle's impressive size, it would not be capable of moving on rugged terrain. The project could hardly be applied and realized in the 15th century. The armored car, or you can say this war machine designed by Leonardo da Vinci, was inspired by the shell of a turtle. The armored car was to be made of wood covered in metal, and the top was slanted to deflect shots received from the enemy. There were cannons around the perimeter of the tank to fire at the enemy from all the angles. Okay, famous inventions of Leonardo da Vinci: anemometer, flying machine, helicopter, parachute, 33-barrel organ, armored car, giant crossbow, triple-barrel cannon. Da Vinci was not only an artist but also an engineer. His models can be found in Italy, Florence 1, Florence 2, Milan 1, Milan 2, Vinci, France, Amboise, and the USA, New York. The polymath also designed several robots: a mechanical knight in 1495, a mechanical lion 1515, and a self-propelled cart 1478. Da Vinci didn't have calculus or wind tunnels, but by observing the way birds glide, he was able to replicate their coasting. There is some evidence that Da Vinci flew, and if he did, this was likely how he did it. After realizing the success he did have with gliding, Da Vinci came up with one more flying invention. Over 500 years before C-3PO and the invention of artificial intelligence or computers, Da Vinci created the robotic knight, a humanoid robot able to wave its arms, sit down, and even open and close its mouth. And Leonardo da Vinci was a Marconi-class submarine of the Italian Navy during World War II. It operated in the Atlantic from September 1940 until its loss in May 1943 and became the top-scoring non-German submarine of the entire war. Da Vinci developed the multi-barrel cannon in 1480. The 12-barreled gun carriage was a vast improvement over traditional cannons of the 15th century. Leonardo's design called for a fan-like shape that widened the firepower and made it a potentially more effective weapons against a line of advancing troops. Leonardo da Vinci, known for capturing timeless facial beauty in his painting Mona Lisa, exhausted his last breath saying, "I have offended God, mankind, because my work did not reach the quality it should have." Leonardo died on 2nd May 1519 at the age of 67, possibly of a stroke. Francis, I made a close friend. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.